when you go all in on something, I would say that does take conviction. Now, your conviction might be
how many
coming from
chairs are you
principles.
sitting on right now?
One.
Are you all in on the chair? The point really is you put on one pair of glasses. You've got one pair of AirPods right now. You're looking at me through one screen. You're using one microphone. That's a one microphone. Like, you trust it? Is that conviction? Seems kind of scary. Why don't you diversify? Why don't you use 10 microphones? The point really is things in your life. Do you drive in 10 cars at the same time or one car at one time? Do you drive down one street? Aren't you afraid that you're driving down one street? Do you take a different way? You know? So my point really is, if you're you get on one airplane, are you convicted? You put your entire family in the one airplane, aren't you afraid? I said, well, Bitcoin is the best crypto asset. Okay. What's the second best? There is no second best. There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right? Right? There's no second best, okay? But take all your money, buy Bitcoin. Then take all your time, figure out how to borrow more money to buy more Bitcoin. Then take all your time and figure out what you can sell to buy Bitcoin. And if you absolutely love the thing that you don't want to sell it, go mortgage your house and buy Bitcoin with it. And if you've got a business that you love because your family works for the business that's in your family for 37 years and you can't bear to sell it, mortgage it, finance it, and convert the proceeds into the hardest money on earth.
Hey, boss. Good morning. Good. How you doing? Listen, man, I'm not going to be able to make it in today. No, I'm not calling in sick. I'm calling in rich. Yeah, you remember those Shiba Inu coins that you laughed at me for buying? Well, I bought 100 million of them. And wouldn't you know, that damn thing hit a penny. And now it's worth $1 million. So yeah, I'm calling in rich. No, I'm serious. So I won't be in ever again. Hello? Hello? Motherfucker just hung up on me. Fucking hater.
Council has discussed crypto regulations and legislations at length, and we have come to the conclusion that instead of regulating, we are going to ape a fat bag each into laptop and pump it to over $1 billion, 300 million, trillion market cap. Let's fucking go, crackheads.
Bro, you know what's crazy to me?
What's crazy to you?
Humans have so much trust in their government.
Oh my God.
It's actually like kind of sad.
It's kind of pathetic.
It is, you know, because like over so many years and decades of time, the government just continues to lie.
Just keep lying.
And humans are like, ooh, another lie. Yum, 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 yum. Ooh, another lie. Yum, 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 yum. Ooh, thank you for the lie. Yum, 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 yum.
It's crazy. There's receipts.
There's receipts.
More receipts than ever. And the people are like, yummy.
Yummy.
Let me have some lies.
Oh, yummy. More lies,
Can I get a
please?
side of lies with those lies?
Put your lies up my little human butt.
Put it in my ass.
You know, humans already have it bad with their like processed cheese and their vegetables and food made with pesticides and poisons.
Literally. The last thing they need is people in power that they put in power coming in and saying, you get less rights.
Yeah.
You get less amnesty. You get less of your own fake money that you've earned from hard work. Why? Why less?
You know what they put in their silly little human documents?
What?
They actually gave people the power.
Yeah.
But they've given all of that power away.
Ugh.
It's wild.
It seems as though they're okay with that.
Like, should we just take over and set things right?
Soon.
Yeah, soon.
You may have noticed that crypto's crashing again, like it did in 2022 and 2018 and 2013. You get the picture. But there's something different about this crash that you need to know about. Crypto has always gone through boom-bust cycles, but now, thanks to loosening regulations, people can buy financial products that give them exposure to Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies through the regulated stock markets. They're called ETFs, and over $100 billion worth of crypto was bought by ETFs in the past 2 years, as the size of the market seemed to only go up. But in October of last year, after Bitcoin briefly reached an all-time high price of $125,000, investors began to take some risk off the table and sell their shares of these ETFs. The result? The price of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies has nosedived. As of the time of recording this video, Bitcoin is down nearly 50% in just 4 months. So what happens now? Well, we'll see how much actual money is backing these cryptocurrencies. When people sell their shares of the crypto ETFs, the Wall Street firms that issue them, like BlackRock, turn to the crypto exchanges like Coinbase to actually sell the Bitcoin. But if there aren't enough buyers, then the price starts plunging. What's the floor? Well, zero.
Fuck it up!
売らない。そこは撃った何？ No, no, no! A blockade! 何を見ている？そこだ。There is no tomorrow! There is no tomorrow! There is no tomorrow!
Broski, the market is so red, I thought my MacBook was bleeding.
This is the end, cuz. Yesterday I was a millionaire, today I'm a slumdog. This is not a dip, this is a black hole.
Imbeciles, they have no idea. This is not a black hole, this is the beginning of a big bang.
Why is Broski not panicking with us?
Yeah, why is he so unfazed? Check your wallet, cuz.
The crypto is down 85%.
Allow him, Broski, he's still in denial.
Is it down by 85%? Or is it 85% off?
Oh shit! Nah, gang, not the hustler mindset.
Not the hustler mindset.
Bro said it's not a crash, it's a discount. Circumstances, but you can change your mentality.
Remember, brothers, the market sends his toughest battles to his most financially literate soldiers. When the Nasdaq falls, will you give up? Or remember that no amount of setbacks defeat a qualified mind? You see a dip and start to sell, but I remember that sudden emotions lack logic. Down isn't permanent, so I invest more into the S&P because I was born to struggle and persist.
Nah, man, them. How does he do this guy know something? Broski, was you in the board meeting with Donald Trump?
So tell me, brothers, when the crops go dry, will you sell your land or sow more seeds, knowing that the harvest will always return?
He's really got that hustler mindset. Bro's got that JP Morgan mentality. That's that quarter zip discipline, cuz. Yeah, gang. Yeah, a few individuals that make it out, cuz. This guy's one of them.
Monkey, punky, pump it, price, jump it, hop in a new whip, paid for by Punky. I'm just too lit. Somebody say something. A monkey that look like a frog, price look just like a dog's, full of some chads and gods. Fudders is mad I bought. Word to your mothers, this monkey is doing a lot. Take out a hammer, I'm whacking a fudder, just cleaning the face. Jumping on Twitter, take over the space. Punky is pumping, increasing the pace. A monkey that look like a frog, paid for my flight to Prague. Touchdown, Punky Lamborghini rental in the garage. She's at my Punky, we had a menage. No, she not Nikki, cause I'm too picky. That's why my portfolio is long as a blog. All about Punky and why that shit rocks. Punky take over the block, watch. Punky, on me, funky, monkey, punky, pump it, price, jump it, hop in a new whip, paid for by Punky. I'm just too lit. Somebody say something. Punky, on me, funky, monkey.
But like most of the people who are buying assets at some point want to sell the assets at a profit.
People that use fiat currency as a store of value, we call them poor. We call them poor. People that use fiat currency, we call them poor. We call them poor. We call them poor. We call them poor. There's a name for them. We call them poor. We call them poor. Okay.
Genuine question. Butt or boobs?
Bitcoin! By the science guy. Bill Nye, the science guy. Bill. By the science guy. Bill Nye, the science guy. Bill.
Do I have your attention now? Do I have it? Good. I thought so.
Bro, gambling in 2025 is crazy. I just bet that Israel would bomb Lebanon, and now I'm up $400. Bro, just bet on Israel bombing people. Like, you literally can't lose. Like, it's free money.
Don't gamble. Oh yeah, don't gamble money that you can. Man. I mean, unless it's a lock.
There's no such thing as a lock. That's the thing.
Unless it's a lock. If it's a lock,
Oh my God. That's
it's a little different.
It's a whole lot of money in this motherfucker.
Didn't snitch on anyone.
He ain't snitch on nobody, same as a gangster. My mom told you that if he was black, he'd be a real nigga. Yeah, real shit, you know.
So Sam has some street cred now because he's not a snitch.
Yeah, he's official, bro. Sam is more gangster than Tekashi 6ix9ine.
He's more gangster than what?
Tekashi 6ix9ine. Sam Bankman stood on all 10 toes. Tekashi, you ride it.
That's a good little.
All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night here from Las Vegas, Nevada. Hope you all are doing well and having a good day wherever you may be. We are here with episode 979. Which order they're in, we'll see. But no, 979 of the Cultivate Crypto Show. So 21 more episodes until we hit 1,000. And
that's big, dude. That's a lot. That's
kind of a
lot.
few.
It's kind of a
and
lot.
minimum of 1 hour each. You do the math. Oh, baby. If they say, do we have 10,000 hours of live streaming? Absolutely. Right.
Yes.
But if you include, the whole gist of YouTube that Cultivate Crypto and Dollar Cost Crypto have touched, right? Today's episode, we're going to be talking about Bitcoin and crypto jumping as Washington and the White House have revived the Clarity Act with Trump allegedly agreeing to ethics, which in and of itself sounds like a joke. But Nancy Pelosi has not agreed to ethics yet. So what does that mean? But no, all jokes aside, basically there needs to be, I think, 6 Democrat votes for the Clarity Act to pass. And so they're trying to get, a handful to the other side. And the biggest gripe has been that the Clarity Act doesn't include ethics that would stop Trump from being able to do a meme coin or make money off the crypto market through a product, basically. Which, not having politicians, rug, it sounds like a decent plan. I can guess I can agree to that. Right? Right? Doesn't sound too shabby, but what do you think right now, just based on the whole year, what do you think the odds of the Clarity Act are? We'll go through some of this information here today and look at the actual odds of play market stuff too. But from your perspective, is it all going to zero? No chance in hell, or what are you thinking? Because we only got 2 weeks left.
Well, I will say this though: our favorite gay guy in the government, Bassett.
Okay, I was going to say which one.
There's a lot, right? There's a lot of gay guys in DC.
Which one's our favorite? Yeah, that's probably more select group.
Yeah, select group, right? The most powerful gay man in the government.
Not Peter Thiel.
Not Peter Thiel. He's in New Zealand now, apparently. But
where
I would probably.
The world is Peter Thiel is the new game, right?
New Zealand. He's in New Zealand.
Instead of Carmen San Diego.
But basically, Scott Bassett basically said that they think he's like, this is at the 1 yard line right now. We're getting past, and I don't hear. I usually don't. He's a pretty straight shooter. I don't usually. I know that's kind of funny, right? But he usually doesn't comment on these sort of things. But since he is, I mean, I kind of am believing him a little bit that like it is pretty close. So
yeah, there's been other politicians who've said it's at the 1 yard line for a bit as well, but it needs to be because we have other countries going in and starting to pass their own regulations ahead of the United States. So if they don't do it quick, so many other countries are going to be ahead of us. But let's take a look at some of this headline news, and then we'll see how it's been affecting Bitcoin price. So this is the headline here, right? President Trump agrees to ethics provisions in the bill. I guess if you look at price, what happened to price yesterday, we got this green candle that's popped up here from about 64,600. So about a $2,000 or so increase. And as we've said on the 60-day cycles, if we do cross 67,255, then this will be a confirmed cycle low here from low to low. And then we will be in a new 60-day cycle. And at that point, you are on day 20 of the 60-day cycle. So if you start breaking down from here, let's say below $62,000, you got about 40 to 60 days, right? No, sorry, not 40 to 60, 20 to 40 days. I would say 30 to 40 days, right? Basically a full month of downside from here, if that happens. But we're within just a hair of there. So some people are like, is this a bull trap? Well, you could call this a potential bull trap based on the news, right? So if the news is unsure, then, this could turn around very quickly with, hey, the Clarity Act's not going to happen. Boom, we go down, right? But there's a difference. There's a huge difference, actually, with how far you can go down, whether you cross this line or not. And what's the difference? Well, if you do not cross the line and you go down from here, there's only a limit in terms of time of how long you can go down. If you go and like in terms of price, you can go as low as, the market will let you, right? But if you do cross this line here, then what happens is you're not going to go below, at least in the next 30 to 40 days or so, you won't go below 57,000 and some change, the most recent low of the year. So that's the difference. Essentially time wise, it shifts what we look for, but in terms of price, if we just get above there, then it's going to take much more pressure to the downside. You basically have to hit down twice. So as an example, in order to break down, right? So as an example here, let's say we do break out. Yay, we come up. It kind of chills there for a bit. Then it comes up and goes right into the 111 and 200-day moving average. Cool. Let's say it gets rejected. What point in the 60-day cycle? Let's just say day 37, first week of August. Oh my, right? The difference here is that when it goes down, right, sure, it can go down anywhere within this range, but because the 60-day cycle high is right translated, it will not go down below this low. So let's say you come down to this level of support, you find some support into a cycle low, then you go into the next cycle. From there, at any point, that cycle could become left translated and bearish, and that's how long it would take you basically to break down to a new low. Versus, so that's, one, oopsies. let's do this. That's one scenario, right? That's the bullish scenario in the short term. The other scenario here is that you basically start breaking down right now, which we've been waiting to do for a week, and it hasn't happened. So I think we cross that line here soon. But then we come down here, and you can go down in terms of time, only 20 to 40 days, but you can go down as far as price will let you, as far as the market will let you, right? So that's the key difference. And if I were to go, let's say, let's color them different. Let's give this the green bull color, because why not? As well as this one here. And something like, so that's the difference if this was going to be a bull trap, right? Meaning you go up, everybody gets bullish, you get rejected at that bull area, and then you just come down. That's the main difference. It takes a lot longer to break down, essentially, because you've proven there's more of a bull case than a bear case. So that's what the Clarity Act is doing. That's if we still expect a 4-year cycle low down into October. Now, we don't have, this could be the 4-year cycle low already. I doubt that it is, but it could be. And what we would look for in that scenario is something like where we break out here, we come up, we actually get more bullish than I think the market would expect. Maybe get back to the true market mean, right around $76,000, let's say in mid, like 2 to 3 weeks into August. And then you start breaking down. In this scenario, you're more likely to hold up, have much higher cycle low. And then if you get another right translated cycle here going into October, we don't have that much more time for a 4-year cycle low in October. We're taking off. So this is the bull case scenario where you might only have this next 60-day cycle to accumulate. And then from there, boom, we break above true market mean again, back above 76,000. And we don't come back to the 60K levels much or at all, right? So there is that possibility. So I give this ultra bull chance or ultra bull scenario 20% chance, right? I give that mid scenario where you come up and then you go back down. I'll give that the majority chance, let's say 60% chance. And then the chance that we basically break down from right now and just go straight down, maybe another 20% chance. I think that's unlikely with how long Bitcoin's been holding up and how much it's been pushing. It literally only needs to go up $1,000. It's gone up $2,000 in the last 24 hours. Only needs to go up 1,000 more to have that buffer to have us stay in the 60Ks longer. And some people might be like, well, that's crypto purgatory. It's not that interesting. It's kind of boring. Good. That's a good time to dollar cost crypto. So I don't know, Miguel. Dollar cost cryptoing sounds like a thing you might know about.
Just maybe. There's almost seems to be a channel based upon it.
Interesting. So, like, given these kind of 3 scenarios, you got kind of 2 bears, 1 bull scenario. The bull being unlikely, the most bearish being unlikely, and we're kind of like that mid chop scenario where maybe we get technically 1 more cycle low at like 55K, and then we're off to the races. Like how? Because I mean, some people are like kind of like, wow, it's kind of confusing, right? Which scenario do I pick? And it's like, why don't you know which one it is? I can foretell the future. Well, I could ask the magic 8 ball right here. Where did we put that?
It's right there.
It's behind my screen.
Yeah, right there. Yeah.
We could ask the magic 8 ball at some point here, but we'll ask Miguel first. The all-seeing Miguel.
I mean, in all scenarios, you basically have to have an average. You're like now be DCAing. I don't know why you guys aren't DCAing right now.
Yeah, I heard there was one person I had heard before say like, I've accumulated so much dry powder, but I haven't bought any Bitcoin this year. I'm like, shit.
Well, time to start now.
Yeah,
time to start now. Because obviously, I'm not saying blow the whole like dry powder load, right? But like you should have you should figure out, depending on what you make a month, like, all right, this is what I'm going to DCA, and then this is what I'm going to go into stables, and then go. And every time we get a big red day, you unload some of those stables, and you really build up the positions. Like, because the first things that are going to really jump off the bottoms are going to be Ethereum and Bitcoin. And then once that's gone, then you can move more of that capital over to some of the other alts. But I mean, you're pretty much safe to buy Bitcoin for a whole year, damn near.
Very nice, very nice. So yeah, it's the time. So don't try to predict it. Just buy it when we're in this cheap phase. If we go up above $77,000, we will then be out of both the 111, 200-day moving averages, above the true market mean, above the 20-week moving average, above so many different areas that when you're above those areas and you hold them, you basically flip bullish. So if that happens during the Q3 Crypto Mindset course, that'll be awesome. And we'll, coach you guys accordingly. But that's the news that's been pushing up price here over the last 24 hours. And this was the rumor that turned into the news here. So he agreed to the ethics provision, Donald Trump agreed to the ethics provision, clearing a key hurdle. According to the block, what did they write? Donald Trump has agreed to ethics language, potentially moving the ball forward to get cryptocurrency legislation passed into law. An industry source told the block on Monday evening that an agreement had been made after months of negotiation, right? So we'll see if that actually comes to pass. But if Trump was not willing to have any, I guess, leeway with that, then the Clarity Act would 100% not pass. And we're going to look at, some different opinions of kind of where this is at right now. But this guy, Representative Thune, he said there's a good chance. I believe it will pass. And at the end, we'll ask the Magic 8 Ball, I promise. He says, I think it's going to happen on whether Democrats get to a place where they can deliver the votes for us to get on the bill. And we're still working on that. I've been optimistic about it. I've been pessimistic about it, been optimistic about it. And today, I think there's a good chance. He's like, I flopped, and I flipped back again. But anyways, he says, I think there's a good chance, knock on wood, that they'll strike something that we can get votes on the floor. We'll see. That may change within the hour. So very fancy way of saying, I don't know. Yep. Maybe. Maybe not.
Something is scaring me, man.
Oh no! Oh,
I know.
no.
I know.
I gotta see this. Let me know.
You want to say it to you, or you want to? It's not that bad. It's
okay. Yeah.
But I'm scared. I'm agreeing.
Well, I'll tell you what this is a sentiment signal of. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Actually, Kyle, could you just pull this up on Miguel's screen?
Oh, okay. Let me release. Well, no, it's because.
Oh, yeah. You can share it.
I'll share it. Yeah. I saw that and I was like, oh yeah, Charlie's gonna be like.
So Peter Brandt. I do like him.
Yes.
He's also from Minnesota, interestingly enough, but he lives in Arizona, I think, quite a bit. Very, very good technical trader. Kind of a shit talker when it comes to Twitter and X, when it comes to crypto Twitter.
Yeah.
So
everybody, look at that shit-eating grin, man.
Oh yeah, he's got one of those. Yeah, damn. People love to hate him because he's just very like it's like sandpaper,
Yeah.
Just very grating. But I'm like, Peter, man, you could just deliver better and people would love you. Like, seriously, like he has some pretty good calls. But he's been on Wall Street for many, many years. He's been in crypto actually for many, many years. And, part of being an elite trader is moving markets. And if you are like, hey, I still got it. You can see if you can still move the market. That's what this is. So
right.
I would say 80% of the time, Peter Brandt gives solid information that's worth thinking about when he provides a chart and all that type of stuff. But when we get to the peaks and valleys of crypto, when we get to the highs and the lows, you got to play opposite world with him. Today, Peter is in opposite world, right? Because there were a few times where he's done this in the past, but the most notable was in the spring. You can keep it up there because I'll want to read that in a second. But in the spring of 2021, I think it was around April, just a few weeks, maybe March, just like a few weeks, maybe a month before the first top of the 21 cycle at 60. What was that? 69 was the ultimate top, but what was the first one? I think it was just 60, right? 61 or 63.
Oh, 63.
63,000, right? And right going into that, him and Willy Woo went on to Laura Shin's podcast and said, we've been laser-eyed the whole bull market. We're crossing into 60K, 50K territory, $1 trillion Bitcoin territory right now. Fuck 100K. 400K Bitcoin is where this is going. Literally, that's what they said. And for me, that just put up alarm bells because makes zero sense compared to their analysis for the last 3 years before that, right? I'm like, oh, they're trying to sell on our heads. Not trying, they are.
They are.
They absolutely are. Because Willy Woo has, ends with a lot of, and I like Willy Woo. I'm not blaming him. But what do you call it? They have ends with the Bitcoiner OGs. Peter has a lot of ends with Wall Street. So, birds of a feather fly together. But this article here says Peter told CoinGraph he expects Bitcoin to bottom on October 4th at midnight. With I was joking about the midnight part, with prices potentially dipping to the high 40Ks first. Now, I'll give him this. That's actually so $49,999, right? By October 4th is a perfectly reasonable call.
Yes.
I think that could happen. But the more I would say you see him kind of out there and maybe even lowering it, like I said 40Ks, but I meant low 40Ks, not high, right? If he adjusts it and he gets louder about it, gets on more podcasts about it, that's where I would believe it less and less and less. But right now, as we stand, I think it's very, very possible. But this is kind of one of the, you have to look for who's trying to throw you off the scent.
Right.
Because there are people like this that do have the right connections, that do have inside information on Bitcoin specifically, or on general markets, that can try to steer you the wrong direction in order for them to have more time to accumulate.
Right.
So just, keep that in the back of your mind when you're listening to people that have that big of an impact. Like I said, 80% of the time they're being straightforward, but that 20% of the time, at the 10% of the end and 10% of the beginning of the market, you got to be careful. Just like these politicians talking about the Clarity Act. So this next one here is, I would say if you want to follow in real time, the most, I would say, up-to-date rumors and news about the Clarity Act, follow Eleanor Terrett here. She does actually do real journalism, which is a rarity these days, and get some good sources from Capitol Hill. But this was one of her more recent ones. I think earlier today, she said Senator Also Brooks told her specifically, because she does walk around there and ask questions, the White House's idea to have the Department of Justice enforce the Clarity Act ethics provision is an unserious offer, and says she would not support the bill if that was the only enforcement option. And then Senator Bernie Moreno, who's been working with Senator Cynthia Lummis, who's been a proponent of the Clarity Act for a while, to secure an ethics agreement with the White House, told reporters last night that the current proposal would put the DOJ rather than the state attorneys general in charge of enforcement, which they would not come to an agreement here. But we'll keep working on that on the Florida regional agreement to hold all accountable. Also, Brooks is also one of the 2 Democrat senators who voted to advance the Clarity Act out of the Senate Banking Committee in May, and has said her continued support for the bill hinges on strong ethics provisions being included in the final text. So it seems like they're like, probably the ethics that came across sounds good. They just need to make sure that it would get enforced.
Yeah,
is pretty much the gist of this. So, again, like I said, she's giving you all the sauce, all the nitty gritty details, some of them, more detailed than others, but that's pretty much where it's at right now. And they're trying now to be like, okay, talking about it on the floor. We got this finalized, right, guys? Okay, we're good. Send it through. And basically once they are confident that they have enough people on both sides of the aisle to agree on everything, there's not something that's overly contentious. And as soon as that happens, the next business day, next legislative day, let's say, that's what, no, maybe it does it immediately. I don't know how long exactly they wait, but knowing fucking government, they'd wait one legislative day, which I think is like 10 years in normal human time. But no, all jokes aside, I think generally speaking, they probably would push it through right away because they're going on vacation on the 8th. They say recess. I say, what do they have? School?
Yeah.
Playing dodgeball. But I'd actually watch politician dodgeball. That'd be kind of fun. But yeah, so will they get it through is pretty much the main thing here. It is all up to the Democrats at this point. But this guy, Mark Werner, says it's going to get done or there's going to be a cold day in hell.
Because I do want you to hear this. Is Swanee bipartisan group still trying to get a Clarity Act done? We touched on this briefly. You would not want a Clarity Act that increased the ability of illicit finance to take place suddenly with the blessings of law, would you?
Well, thank you, Senator. I mean, it's vital that the Clarity Act provide tools.
Could you speak a little closer?
It's vital that the Clarity Act provide rules and tools for the Treasury Department and the administration to be able to counter illicit finance.
So you would be concerned if the Trump Department of Justice, with technical assistance, said that the standard proposed by industry and some of my Republican colleagues would actually make it easier for illicit finance to take place. This has just happened the last couple of days. That would concern you, wouldn't it?
It would be concerning, yes, Senator.
Good. I tend to work with you and the secretary. I want this done, and I am tired of being in crypto hell. But we got to do it in a way that doesn't make this circumstance worse. I want America to lead in digital assets. If we get it wrong, the downside ramifications could be huge as well. Want this done. And I am tired of being in crypto hell.
Me too. Me too. Crypto hell.
Dom DeMarco.
Just had to try the new sound. But yeah, no, we're definitely agreeing with this guy. Tired of being in crypto hell. But yeah, he's just like, do you want things to be more rampant and no regulation and illegal so that people can get ripped off with money? Cool. You don't want that, so let's pass this shit, right? I mean, I think
we can rip off people legally.
Oh well, that part he left out, Miguel.
Right.
Just the details.
Someone's gonna get ripped off. I mean, it's fun. It's
markets always, yeah. Humans always find a way, but like you said, less. But no, just generally speaking, I think that is the main thing here. It's like if you're a politician that's in charge of any of this, right? It's like, hey, there's been enough time on this. It's just either you do it or you don't, and if you don't, then other countries will. So he is what it is. And then this was Representative French Hill, who I think is the head of the Senate Banking Committee, I believe, or one of the financial committees there. And this is his take on it.
At the margin, and more accessible housing in form and substance across the country.
And it's also a great example, I think, of how the narrative around the country is wrong. Here's Congress functioning in a bipartisan, bicameral way. It wasn't always pretty, but still at the end of the day.
Tackling an affordability issue, which I think, again, both parties claim is a big topic for the year.
Will the Senate be able to get a crypto bill done?
I hope so. Look, they have worked so hard. We passed our crypto bill, the digital markets framework bill, last July, exactly a year ago, and 78 Democrats joined us. It dealt with all these issues, yield on stable coins, ethics, decentralized finance, so the rules between the SEC and the CFTC. And I just want to thank Scott, Senator Bozeman, Senator Booker, Senator Warner, Senator Gillibrand, Senator Lummis, all of whom are trying to, and Senator Gallego. It's very important to the country. This is not a political game because you like or dislike the President of the United States. This is critical. To have passed the Genius Act, Bill Hagerty's bill on stablecoins, but not passed the framework is like it's 1996 and we've given you a cell phone, but you have no cell towers. You have no network. You have no ability to do anything with this cell phone. And for the stablecoin bill to be transformative and to use blockchain for financial services, we simply must have a market framework bill. And the bones of the Senate bill, are at the acceptable level along with the Clarity Act passed by the House. I feel very good where we are if we can just, let's do it, is my response. We can find a way to get people to yes, and I think it'll be good for the country.
So is this an issue, going back to what you said before, where
essentially he's just saying we've done enough work for this already. We have basically half of the bill. Let's not only go halfway. Let's go all the way, baby, and get this passed, right? So they got the Genius Act. They didn't make any amendments to it earlier this month, which they could have. It's going to go live on, I think, the early part of January 2027. And if it doesn't have a framework for regulation, then, things are going to get a little slippery. And the SEC and the CFTC would have to do it themselves, which, would just be something that could get rolled back in the next administration versus actually having the Clarity Act pass in a bill. That would not be able to be rolled back because that would be voted into law, essentially. But BlackRock, they've been pretty aware of this whole process, and they're also saying watch out because Asian countries and other areas like that will be getting ahead of the United States if this doesn't pass right now.
Outlook is, I think the likelihood of that happening is now sub 50%. I'm still optimistic that if it doesn't happen by the August recess, it'll happen this year. I do think the regulators now with the CFTC and the SEC can probably rule write most of what we need. The problem with rule writing is it's much more reversible than what you see when it joins statute. I've been spending a lot of time in Asia. I've been in Korea and Hong Kong 4 times in the last 9 months. They've, on the one hand, been waiting for the Clarity Act. I actually think if it's not passed, you're going to see Asian local governments pass equivalents to try to catch up and even get ahead of the US. So I'm long-term very optimistic. I just think we need, no pun intended, a lot more clarity, not just about US regulation, about global rates, and about the geopolitics. And let's not underestimate, you go to South Korea and all you hear about is Samsung and Hynix. We need this AI super cycle to
But yeah, so essentially, right, we need to get through this. We need to put it out there. Otherwise, other countries are going to go in front of us. And that's actually already starting to happen. Before we show which countries they are, we mentioned a few earlier. Let's listen to what Brian Armstrong has to say. And I would say, out of all of these guys talking about we need to get this done for this and that reason, right? This one, I'm like, bro, stop the cap. But let's listen to what he has to say first.
Is there a path to get Democrats to yes?
Yes. The Clarity Act is at the 1 yard line, and it reflects the work from both sides of the aisle, spending thousands of hours along with their staff to get a true bipartisan compromise. This bill would strengthen power for law enforcement. It would bring new consumer protections. And you have to remember, the status quo is that we don't have any federal laws protecting consumers or helping this industry get built in the United States. So the status quo is not going to work. This bill is a dramatic benefit to the United States of America, and it's time to get it over the finish line.
And I know that right now is kind of crunch time for this legislation. If it can't get done in the next few weeks before senators go on their big August recess, what is that going to mean for the crypto industry if the bill can't cross the finish line this year?
Yeah, well, like I said, I'm pretty optimistic it's going to get done. It's hard for me to imagine somebody not wanting to vote for it at this point because of all the good work that's been done. It's much better than the status quo. But in the event that it didn't happen, I mean, we have a very friendly set of regulators and administration that we're working with currently in the crypto industry. We would go back to building our company. I mean, we would be doing it here in the United States. We'd be doing some of it offshore where there is clear rules. But frankly, we'd have a slightly more permissive environment under the current regulators. But we at Coinbase believe that we should actually get clear statute, which allows companies to come invest with certainty for the long term through many different administrations. That's what's going to allow America to win and to protect consumers here.
Feel the time limit.
And now I'll hand this to Lex Luthor. I mean, Brian Armstrong. I'll hand this to him, which is he's becoming a very good politician, actually.
Yes.
He must be in classes. But the thing I'll also say is he's like, if there wasn't regulation in the States, we'd just move elsewhere. Sure you would.
Where are you going?
where the fuck are you going, bro? Like Binance has your ass in every other jurisdiction, right?
Maybe
except for Europe now that
he could go to Europe maybe.
Well, they're there so they could grow, right? But yeah, they kicked out Binance from that region. So, but no, I mean I like Brian Armstrong. That being said, I guess he has to play the politics game.
Yeah, he's got to play the politics game. But he's like, we're moving the headquarters. We're moving the headquarters of Binance to Nigeria.
I'd go for it, right?
Yeah.
Lex Luthor starts, dressing like that.
Yeah,
that'd be funny to watch.
Victor Von Doom.
But or did I call him Lex Luthor or Brian Armstrong? I can't even remember. Freudian slips, but no. According to Polymarket, let's refresh because it's changing by the second. 46% chance that the Clarity Act passes into law or signed into law by the end of the year.
Wasn't that at 17% the other day?
Yeah, it was about 30.
30. Okay.
Yeah.
So
They don't know, do they? Yeah, this is the entire history. So it's mostly averaged, I would say, excuse me, at about 60%. But since May, because I think everybody was expecting it to get passed going into June or sorry, going into June before the June recess. That didn't happen, so that brought down odds a lot here. But now it's back at 46. There's an argument that I saw that's pretty interesting for that the poly market's a little off on this one. Let me know what you think about this take. So this guy says, this is from Sean M. Farrell, who is digital assets at Fundstrat. So Tom Lee's company, right?
Tom Lee's company, all right.
So the odds of Clarity Act passage, right? His convos with policymakers show higher odds than he sees in prediction markets, allegedly.
Yeah, that's sort of like talking to the crack dealers.
Yes, they're on the streets, baby. Recent restrictions present insiders from trading on this outcome. So I'm wondering, what exactly are those recent restrictions? Because if the ethics provision does get passed within the law, okay, then but what restrictions are there now for them? There's not really that much. So
no, maybe equities. That's it. But it's like, this is
maybe they're watching each other a lot more closely now that they saw what Trump did.
Yeah,
and they are like, hey, we're gonna pass this ethics shit. Just don't do anything before it passes, motherfuckers. Like, I don't know, but maybe that's with his talks there. But I'm like, prevent insider trading on Capitol Hill. Where's the oh man, maybe this one, right?
I would hit him with this one though. What do you mean? What the fuck did I become a senator for? I can't insider trade. What's
my whole dream, my actual idol growing up was Nancy Pelosi. My whole dream was to trade like her and Paul. But yeah, nice. But yeah, I think this is possible. I mean, sure, like you said, if you're talking to the crack dealers right on Capitol Hill, then you're definitely going to have, the inside baseball. You might feel more positive about it,
right?
Whether that means, I think, yeah. One of the things that this is also in response to was that teleprompter guy of Trump's putting bets on Kalshi. I think they started to try to crack down on guys like that more. So that's probably what he means by the recent restrictions. But yeah, we shall see. But there's quite a few people out here basically cheerleading for the Clarity Act now than I guess there was at the beginning of the year.
Right.
So it's either meaning they're getting more desperate and they need to try now, or it actually is true. It'll pass. But we have Sunlight Live in the chat saying USA definitely ain't going to win or ain't going to want to fall behind Russia. Yeah, I have to read it on a small print. Ain't going to fall behind Russia on crypto regulations. No way. There's a chance.
Good on Russia, I guess.
They better fucking pass it now, because Russia is passing multiple crypto laws into existence now. So Russia's parliament passes crypto market law with $3,800 annual cap for retail investors. So this is while citizens cannot use Bitcoin to buy groceries, the Kremlin's officially letting companies use digital tokens to bypass sanctions and other global trade hurdles. Amazing. Actually, I pressed two buttons at the same time.
But this is kind of interesting. I mean, I might be jumping the shark here, but Charlie already knows this already. But like, Telegram, 60-70% of their users are a fusion of Ukrainian and Russians.
Yes.
And they're about to roll out a global wallet.
Yes, we'll talk about that too today.
Yeah. So it's kind of like
right around the corner. Yeah. Because what do you call it? I think what's the guy's name? Pavel?
Yeah, Pavel. Yeah,
Pavel Durov, right? Yeah. Is he Russian or is he Ukrainian? Or
I think he's Ukrainian. I think he's Ukrainian.
I think so too. I'm not 100% sure, but Pavel Durov, Durov.
Let's put Telegram founder,
Telegram CEO,
yeah.
Origin of country of origin. CEO, country of origin. There you go. It spelled it out for you, Kyle, but you just had to try. No. I'm joking.
Russia.
St. Petersburg, Russia. Okay, so he's more like the Dostoevsky type, right? He's if he was to have stayed in the country, he'd end up in a gulag.
Why does he look like Tom Cruise right there? What the fuck?
He's like the Dostoevsky Tom Cruise mix.
Yeah.
But no, Dostoevsky is from St. Petersburg as well, and he was a famous Russian writer for like basically underground resistance writer. He got thrown into the gulags multiple times throughout his literary career.
The Cutter.
Basically. But so you got the, what do you call it? Crime and Punishment was the book that was written here. But anyways, so the area of Russia that's defiant, right? But anyways, yeah, Pavel, and I think a few other people on Instagram is where I saw it, like the other co-founders, like CTOs and stuff. There's this one guy who was like taking a picture on a horse in front of a helicopter on a mountaintop. I'm like,
I saw that. Yeah.
I'm like, you look like an evil Bond character, my friend, right? And he's the one. He's part of Telegram, part of the good guys. I'm like, what are these other rich Russians? I don't know, man. But apparently, Putin takes some of them out every once in a while.
Yeah, you've got to keep them in line.
Yeah, right. But Russia's history is a colorful one. But at least they know how to pass shit, unlike the United States with the Clarity Act, right?
True.
So Russia passes law that regulates the circulation of digital currencies and digital rights in Russia for the first time. This is the State Duma passed the law. Let's see. The document establishes the operating rules for crypto exchanges, digital depositories, and market participants, and also defines the conditions for purchases of cryptocurrencies for investors. So that sounds like a version of the Clarity Act, right? So it's good that the U.S. has competition. I agree with that. And I think that might be getting, like, we saw price jump up yesterday. They're not insider trading on Kalashi, Miguel. They got to be insider trading on spot Bitcoin.
Yeah.
You know, whatever they're not going to see. So maybe that's why price jumped up yesterday. They started talking about that type of stuff. Maybe not, but it does seem more positive now. And Japan is getting in on the game. So Japan is to recognize cryptocurrency as financial asset, according to NHK. This company here, DMM, had been having Bitcoin advertisements since 2017, 2018. And in that year, in 2017, it took Japan 6 months to approve Bitcoin as an asset and cryptocurrency general trading, but they had 55% or 50 or 55% capital gains tax, short-term capital gains tax on Bitcoin trades. So yeah, they're progressing here, but let's see here. So as financial assets, cryptocurrency assets will be subject to stricter regulations. For instance, those governing insider trading, and the law amendment will mean stricter penalties for unregistered trading. So Cardano is going all to zero because their main insider trading group is from Japan, allegedly. But the number of user accounts on cryptocurrency exchanges in Japan has steadily grown, and crypto players are gearing up to reach a wider audience of investors. The change in treatment is expected to come in effect within this year. So we have Russia moving ahead. We have Japan moving ahead. And this was from Japan as well, right? They've reduced that tax on capital gains from 55% down to 20%.
That was brutal. Wow,
that is
man.
Brutality, my friends.
And Cardano's price is indication of that.
Exactly. I mean, if they do start going after, I wonder who they go after for insider trading once they get their laws there. Do they go after pump dump groups? Do they go after whales? Do they go after politicians? All of the above. Like,
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, you would know more than me. It's basically boomers controlling the government still, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
They're going after. They're going after young guys, bro. They're going after. That's what they're going to go after.
But they generally let them trade pretty well. But I would say, like, what do you call it? The age range right now is probably 50 plus.
Yeah,
basically. So, but
I mentioned this on my last stream about
later.
Yeah, an official red pill lighter.
Yeah,
but no, literally, it is a red pill lighter.
Yeah, so it's the best one. This says RP on the bottom, actually.
That's right. But I had mentioned this a little bit about basically the Zoomers getting shit on by the Generation Alpha starting now. Oh my God, the amount of comments, everybody agreeing or not agreeing to it and stuff, and just saying everything like, no, that's not true, is like, well, bro, it happens to every generation kind of shits on the younger one a little bit. but I don't know. It's funny. Like, I don't think the Zoomers are ready for the Gen Alpha that's coming up.
It's because Gen Alpha is like retard maxing. Like we had every generation has a
You
retard
guys
maxing, but they maxed it. Like that's the thing.
But they're children of your own creation, Kyle. Even though they're
My
not.
creation.
Yeah, the other
Your
thing you have to
generation.
think about for Japan specifically is like what position they're in, like with their current population and everything, right?
Right.
They need as many ways to create like actual value. Right?
Yeah,
So
yeah, GDP control.
to make more GDP and everything, right? Basically, they're like, hey, anything that gets robotics, they're already pretty advanced on. So boom, let's go hard into that. Crypto, nobody else is on that. Maybe something to decide to like make more money on as a country, something like that. But companies like Sony. So I think the boomers, yes, they control the government, but they also control the companies. The companies like to make money. And Sony wants to put stable coins, actually have a Sony stable coin to the pegged to the US dollar that you can use to buy digital products in their entertainment stores in America. And so if they're doing that, they also have the Sonium blockchain, right? Which who knows where that goes, but they're playing around with all this stuff. And if they're really looking at it that deeply, I think like some of these companies are like, hey, can you pass this for me, my friends in government, right? We'll get you a little extra do re mi, right? So yeah, I think there could be very big corporate interests that want this to move through in Japan as well.
Yeah.
So should be interesting.
I can tell you exactly when. It's so funny how I was talking about this, and then Charlie moves back to crypto. For a second, but I can tell you exactly in how many years when you're going to start seeing the internet wars between Zoomers and Alpha. It's in 5 years when Kyle's generation starts stealing the chicks from Gen Alpha.
Oh yeah.
I would probably say it's probably when we start making more money. So,
well, your guys are already entering. You guys are the oldest is
just starting.
Just started. 29, maybe 30 years old is the oldest Zoomer right now. So he'd be my age. Damn, he'll be my age in 5 years.
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah, you're old.
No, I'm young. You heard that shit? No, I'm 5 years young. I'm 5 years young right now. From what I'm seeing, I'm sitting pretty right now. I'll be 30 now and I'm 35.
You wait.
The Reaper ain't coming for all.
Now watch this nicotine DH.
Dude, that shit doesn't get old, man.
It's gonna be your favorite of the soundboard now.
It is. I love it more than Dodge Marco, bro. That's so funny.
I love it. So, okay. So back to odds. Okay. So with competition in multiple Asian countries plus Eastern European countries and probably other places that are coming around to it, right? We have a 46% chance here according to Polymarket, but let's see according to the Magic 8 Ball, my friends. So Magic 8 Ball, will the Clarity Act get signed into law before the August 9th recess in 2026?
Isn't it the 7th?
Signs point to yes. Okay, Magic 8 Ball is bullish.
God, give me that noise.
The United States stays alive. So yeah, I think it's in the best interest of the United States, specifically Wall Street, to stay competitive and stay ahead of everybody. Of course, if other countries start passing it 6 months before America, and then America passes it, the only difference is if the Democrats come in and try to unwind everything and get us on a central bank digital currency in 2020, let's say 2029, 2030, right? That would be the biggest drawback. So from a crypto perspective, a crypto native perspective, if it passes, it doesn't pass, and take me tomorrow, we're still going to make our money. Wall Street definitely wants it to pass so they can make a bunch of products for it. And the United States, I think we'll get there one way or another. It's just how solid is it? Is it like Jello and they'll be able to pull it back? Or is it going to be solid like a brick? I don't know. Whatever you want to, whatever metaphor you want to use there. But
Chrome do-rags from the chat.
so yeah, that's pretty much where we're at with the Clarity Act. Let's see. Yeah, that'll be that. Meanwhile, we are live with the Crypto Mindset Course Q3, my friends. You can go over here to cultivatecrypto.com and go and get the crypto mindset course for Q3 2026. Pay Apple Pay, GPay, PayPal, Venmo, pay now or pay later via PayPal credit and your regular credit card merchants. Also, if you want to pay in crypto and get a 10% discount, you come over here, put in any coin, including Bitcoin Cash, the real Bitcoin, into here, and then pay accordingly. As Miguel says, if you want to dump Litecoin on our heads, by all means, come and buy the course with it. If you want to dump Tron on our heads, by all means. Hell, if you want to dump SNEC on Cardano, you got to figure that part out, but you can do it. So what are you excited about here for the upcoming Crypto Mindset course, Miguel? We're starting to get a good group in here that are starting to talk and look for opportunities already in this month of July.
I'm really excited about some of the swing trades actually that we're about to start doing and stuff. I can't say what we're doing, but like there's some moves to make money. There's actually one move I'm going to end up like talking about pretty soon to the guys in the chat, just because there's an opportunity there.
Yes. But
well, there's two ways to take it. Either you do physical coins or you may take like a long position in it, believe it or not. Dun dun dun. Which I never. You're gonna have to watch for like, if you make the position, you're gonna have to watch it for about a day and a half. And if it goes positive, man, you can make some money.
Nice.
Fuck, man. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna fuck it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna gamble. I'm gonna do it.
Run! Go! Get to the chopper!
Lately, your boy's been hot, man. I've been making moves, dogs, man. Shit, man.
get to the website, get in the course, get the sauce,
Make this money. But I'm gonna give this out before the 28th.
Oh yeah, we already got stuff that we're going to be talking about this week for the course. So absolutely make sure that you're in there. And yeah, there might be somebody who has something to say about this.
You buy this for $39.99. Guess what, folks? You take the L away. You put a W there, baby. You're a winner, man. You're the real deal. You're picking up chicks. Let me tell you something. You buy this set at $39.99, baby. You're the cock of the walk, man. You walk into the bar and you just find the hottest chick and you go, you, me. Guess what? She says, why would I go out with you? Because I bought the deal on Wild West Deals for $39.99. That's why. She says, can I go home with you? That's how simple it is. That's how it works. That's what this set brings to the table. Because you know what she sees? She sees a man who knows what he wants. She sees a man who says, good deals don't get by me, baby. I move. I act quick. I act now. I go to wildwestdeals.com. Boom. That's why you're hanging with chicks all night long. That's why you got guys like Michael Jordan calling you, wanting to hang out with you, baby, because you bought it for $39.99.
So many plays. So many plays.
And if you are so inclined, you can go and get the bundle, which actually I've seen about at least half of the people jumping in on the bundle immediately, which is smart because during the webinars, once we get past the 28th and we're into webinars, this will no longer be $15.96. It'll be $16.96. So it'll be $100 more expensive if you decide to wait and buy it during the Crypto Mindset course. And you might want to wait, and maybe that $100 doesn't matter because you want to see if you make more than the cost first during some of the plays, and then decide whether you get in it during the course. That's by all means one strategy you could do, and that's fine. Just get into the course, and then you'll be able to buy the extension during the course for $100 more if you want to, or you get the bundle here, whatever you want to do. But let's take a look at the Bitcoin price a little bit more, along with Ethereum and just the main general market here. Well, me and Miguel smoked some stogies because we were hanging out with Michael Jordan.
Yes.
He's calling us. Actually, at Resorts World, what was that place called? The 8 or what?
8
Lounge.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan actually legitimately has a cigar locker there. In the cigar.
There's actually a lot of famous people that have some cigar lockers there, man.
Yeah, I think Michael Jackson. No. But yeah, no, there's a lot of people there that actually do. No joke. But yeah, so we got a new daily candle here. We just closed 22 minutes ago at $66,500, a healthy price. As long as we're holding this 12-a-day moving average, we should continue to go up. If we look at the Bollinger Bands, the next 24 hours is pretty important As we mentioned, just getting above that green line will make us hold up more than we won't. But also besides that, you can see the Bollinger Bands being expanded here. If you start hitting the red on the Bollinger Bands, that is the 3 standard deviation. Right now we're right on the orange 2. If you start hitting the red, not only do you break above that high, but then you also expand the Bollinger Bands faster, and that brings you up to this 111-day moving average faster, which should be your first area of resistance if we do get a breakout, and that level is $70,150. So, and then if it goes a little beyond that, right, the next area of resistance is that 200-day moving average at about $72,700 as of right now. So if we get this breakout here, this is actually very close, not exactly the same, but it's somewhat similar. We had a much cleaner, I think, setup in the last course. So we came into this low here. We broke the downtrend. We came up as soon as, and then we kind of consolidated a bit. As soon as we broke this previous cycle high, this is not a previous cycle high, mind you, but as soon as we did, we had a higher low, broke the previous cycle high. That said, we're probably going to go up more than down, go up past day 30 or day 35, and we got a high on day 38, right? So that played out perfectly. This one here, if it breaks this level, it doesn't mean we're going to go up as long as we did here. All that it means is that we're not going to go down as much as we could have, or as fast as we could have, going into the 4-year cycle low. So the 4-year cycle low then is likely to be higher or already in. So that's the main thing there. But let's take a look at the weekly Bitcoin chart. And if we turn off all of that, we're at 66,600. We have 5 days left till a weekly close. And we have, 10 days left until a monthly close? So let's look at it this way as well. If we turn on the CC algo, we have a buy signal that has played out for 2.5 weeks so far, right? So we got a buy signal here at 63,000. Bitcoin's gone up for the last 2.5 weeks to 66. Such an amazing move, right? Not really. Pretty whatever. That also basically, that slow movement says probably still in a bear market, right? But if we go above a weekly close above this previous buy at 66, all of a sudden you have essentially a re-triggering of this double buy signal, and then we would be above the 12-week moving average. The area that the altcoins start to get a lot of juice is if we go above the 20-week moving average, and that's currently $69,900. So Bitcoin just needs to break above there, get a weekly close above there, and then it's off to the races. So think about this in terms of weekly and then monthly closes. So weekly close above 66, bullish. Then we, by the end of the month, if we can get above 70, ultra bullish. Why? Because the monthly buy signal comes in at 68K. So if you close the month of June, let's say, or July, let's say at 70,000, you're triggering all weekly buy signals, re-triggering the monthly buy signal, and you're going above the 20-week moving average where altcoins start to go up, and you probably go up towards that upper weekly Bollinger Band. So that's a lot of good dominoes falling in a row there for Bitcoin price. That's what the Clarity Act passing could do as well if it happened here within the next 1 week. If we turn on the Bollinger Bands, where the weekly, if the weekly were to pass the 20, it has open game until about $82,000. So that whole $70,000 range, if it can get into that on a weekly close, then and a solid monthly close, then Bitcoin pretty much has a lot of room to chop up, right? I would say mid 70Ks, it'll probably get some resistance. And so we might see it hit there a few times. But it's interesting to kind of know, okay, if we do start breaking up, I think a lot of people will get immediately bearish at like 69,000. But, you know, you have a lot of room here. You could get as high as 77 in the month of August and still be, you know, within this area. And that doesn't mean you in September, October, you won't drop back down to 57. Doesn't mean that can't happen. Just means it's probably not much lower than that, if at all. So that's kind of what we're looking at there on Bitcoin. On Ethereum, it's actually a lot more bullish on its buy signal. It got its buy signal here at 1,700. It's at 1936. What happened that year? No. But what do you call it? We have 3 weeks in a row here of green, almost 4. And Ethereum has been outpacing Bitcoin. Well, let's actually take a look at the Bitcoin to Ethereum chart. And that's trying to trigger this second buy signal as well. If it got past this previous sell at 30% of a Bitcoin, then Ethereum would really come off here, or 3%. If you were to take this high across here, right, you pretty much have that broken. So yeah, this Ethereum, if it can hold this level against Bitcoin, then as Bitcoin were to go up, Ethereum goes up faster. Essentially, maybe Ethereum going to 22 to 2400 here in the next month. Then yeah, it has a lot of room to outpace Bitcoin before it sees too much resistance as well. So that's that with Bitcoin and Ethereum, both looking bullish, and altcoins kind of chilling. So we have the buy signal here on altcoins. They've been staying above it, so they haven't been crashing all that much, but it hasn't found much progress here. So if it were to start coming back up above 700 billion market cap for all of your altcoins, the total 3, then you can get some good alt moves too. So we have some, like you said, you're excited for plays. We got some opportunities for plays here. And even if we break down, we'll have really good opportunities for lows and play off that going into the second half of the crypto mindset course scheduled. So can you pull me off here? I'm going to pull up the schedule and then I'll show you guys this and why we timed it how we did. All right, you can go back. Oops, not yet. Microsoft's trying to open some bullshit. All right. I hate when it automatically does shit. You can take me down from there too. So here is a crypto mindset course scheduled for Q3. So why are we starting in this first week of August? Well, if we were to go down in price, we would break down into this period. If we do break out, then we have some time to make plays during this area. So it's either a bottom buying area or a consolidation area to basically make some trades to the upside. So there's a lot of good timing here. Basically, you're either at the end of a 60-day cycle or the midpoint of a 60-day cycle once we start webinars on the 1st. We'll be going into the Q3 thesis, also the, what do you want to call it? The 2029 bull cycle thesis, I guess you could say, in terms of like, what are some strategies, what are some things you got to think about in this next 4-year cycle, in this next 3 to 4 months, trying to find a four-year cycle low. We're going to be talking about all of that and preparing you not only for the next 3 to 4 months, but for the next 3 to 4 years. So if you want those strategies when they're the rawest and the realist, as Miguel would say, because he says whenever we're in the bear market, we tend to be a lot more accurate on projections because, we're not so focused on the hype. I think that's true. So get us raw, real, and wriggly in the Q3 crypto mindset. But no, we have risk management here on the second. We've been streaming too long. I'm just trying to, jazz it up a little. But we have August 2nd here, risk management 101, how not to get wrecked. Then the top 50 coin list. It explains itself, all the coins you need to know this quarter. Best swing trades in Q3, which ones are going to make us some money, which ones are the easiest to pull off, which ones are the triple, double backwards, somersault flip or whatever, and to which ones to avoid. Then we'll go to a Q&A to make sure, okay, you're all caught up with, first of all, what you shouldn't do, and then second of all, what we have as relevant this quarter. Then we get into the nice, I say, core aspects of what you do in crypto every single day, every single week, every single month, every single year. These are the core skills. 1, can you balance a portfolio, whether it's concentrated or diverse, right? Can you balance a portfolio? This is what we'll talk about here. Do you understand the basics of technical swing trading so that you can pull off a good swing trade and also have your own idea of when you should take profits or where you should put a stop loss? How to read a buy signal versus not, along with technical indicators. Then on August 9th, we'll talk about supply and demand on chain analysis. Does the coin have too much supply and so therefore can only reach a certain mark if we only get so much market cap in the market? Also, what are how much is owned of one coin by the founders and all that type of jazz. So kind of the economics, tokenomics, of on-chain analysis, and then fundamental analysis from the memes to the RWAs, from the basics to the complex of what's new coming into crypto. So these 4 are all the core skills. If you get these 4 things correct on a literate level, meaning you're not going to be perfect at all of them, but at least you're literate about each subject, right? You can talk about it, you can understand it at the basic level. And when we talk about it, you can also understand mostly 99% of what we're saying, right? Of course, sometimes Miguel and we dedicate everything to this. We go into this all, very, very deeply for you guys. So there are some points where we may talk over people's heads, but those are learning opportunities. And there's no such thing as a dumb question. We do appreciate when you guys ask us to clarify those things. So, but if you get the basics of these and then build on them every single quarter, you will become basically a crypto monster, right?
In absolute terms, yes. Fundamentals. If I were to rate from 1 to 10, 10 being the fundamentals, are actually very, very like the fundamentals of coin are very important versus just hype. I would say we're probably 2 notches higher than we were on the last cycle. I would say so. Last cycle, probably fundamentals were at a 4. I'd say they're probably a 6 to maybe even a 7 this cycle around, just because of all the Wall Street money coming in. It still doesn't mean hype doesn't matter, and kind of having taste. I mean, I've literally been making money off of gut feeling.
Oh yeah,
so much more.
The longer you're in crypto, the more you should definitely have that.
Yeah, it strengthens up. But I really sharpened that sort of gut feeling, sort of investing by gut feeling last cycle, and because I had to just jump into so much memes and kind of is this hot or is it not, basically.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Chepe says, just saying, all these signs point to getting in the Q3 CMC. I think the top comment there. There you go.
Yep.
That's right. That's right. So that's the first half. You want to know what's in the second half? I think you do. And all of these times, 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. are Eastern Standard Time, by the way. But August 10th, making money with AI. You don't have enough money to buy the dip. Let's help you make more, right? Let's help you change your job to, get a promotion in the company you're already in. Let's change your job to get a promotion across, to another organization. Let's help AI build your side hustle, right? There's already a handful of Crypto Mindset and Moon Gang alumni that are actually making some good money in various places around the world using the AI webinars we have given you guys over the last few quarters. So we'll include some of the pre-recorded AI webinars and also have a new one for you here on the 10th. Then the TradFi chains, Base, RH, and Soul. Miguel, I thought RH stood for Richard Hart, but it doesn't anymore.
It doesn't anymore. That's right. He has been usurped.
So can you explain the last section here and
Sure.
what's kind of the new wrinkles in crypto?
Yeah. So we have TradFi chains. These are chains that are basically either they were started by VCs, US-based chains, / corporate chains. So we have Base, which is run by Coinbase. This is the second oldest one here. Is basically was originally built on OP technology. It's now running its own ship right now. It doesn't currently have a token, but is the home base, no pun intended, of Aerodrome, and will be getting a token, I would imagine, within a year or less. 2, the RH ecosystem, the newest incumbent in this, and this is Robinhood. And Robinhood has a very large, basically stock market base. It is probably the main place where most millennials are basically trading stocks or getting their 401k or just starting their financial journey because of the low cost to zero cost on trades on Robinhood. They have $400 billion under management, and they're going to be funneling their people into that ecosystem. They trade stocks, they trade options, they trade futures, they trade their future. They trade crypto on there, and is overall very well run company. I actually personally like the stock itself as well. Hood, I think it's a good stock, and also very likely to have its own token around probably the same time Base does as well. And then we have the oldest one here, which is Solana, this VC-backed chain. started in California, has done very well. It is the darling in terms of it's the top kind of like L1 token outside of Bitcoin and Ethereum, and it has a lot more competition now, but it's well established. Had some hiccups with FTX and all that stuff, but it's kind of gone past that now, but is going into its first cycle where it actually has competitors who have large kind of like inputs to put customers in there. So Base has a lot of customers. As the bull run continues, Base can shovel more people into the Base ecosystem. As stocks and crypto go up, Robinhood can shove more people into their own ecosystem. Solana is very crypto native, obviously, and if crypto goes up, more users are going to use it. But it is this whole thing where it doesn't really have its own like app infrastructure. So this is why like it's going to have some competition, because they don't have like those kind of main street businesses to funnel people into and stuff. But I mean, I honestly could have actually, I might make an honorable mention. You know, I probably should have put Crow in here as well.
Yeah,
and I might adjust that a little bit.
Yeah,
but
they're having a little less action, but still relevant. We know
Right.
they're relevant because they've gotten some good. Who is it?
Citadel.
Citadel.
That
yes,
one's huge.
Yes.
Citadel is RH's main beneficiary. Is like so yeah. So
Trying to get the monopoly board set. Interesting.
Wouldn't be shocked if they're trying to run a 2-man against some of these other coins, but because actually, if you look, Solana actually does like Base, even though they don't, but they kind of do. Like, there's a lot of people, a lot of big investors, Ansem, they do like Base.
Yeah, they still basically go on both chains.
Correct. Maybe there's an alliance brewing between Crow and RH because of Citadel
and Base.
Say it again.
And then Soul and Base on the other side.
Yep.
The Bloods and the Crips. Oh, the TradFi thing.
Fuck, man, I'm gonna have to go be with the Crips over here with the Base, man. That's what I'm gonna have to. It's schoolboy Q over here. But that's kind of how it's forming up. Citadel, for people who don't know, and obviously they make a lot of investments. It's a very, very big organization, where they make their bread and butter is basically they front run all the transactions on Robinhood. So every transaction, that's the reason it's free, is that they sell your transaction information to Citadel, and Citadel makes money on every transaction you do. So they sell ahead of you and they buy ahead of you, and then sell it back, and they make a fraction of a penny on that, but they make
Are you not entertained?
millions and billions of dollars off of it.
Are you not entertained?
So that and much more. So it's very, very interesting that they also got into that. But I'm actually not surprised that they're backing what's called I was surprised of it happening right now. I was expecting kind of like investment news into these exchanges happening in 27 or 28, 29, not in 26, but they invested $400 million into crypto.com at a $20 billion valuation. And I personally think that was done to shore up losses on their balance sheet, because I think this deal was very likely a save crypto.com so the president doesn't look bad, because the president has all his financials and stuff, and like in the crypto side is through crypto.com, because all his ETFs, all his products, the Trump meme coin, Melania coin, USD1, and what are they called? Is it Trump Financials? I forgot what it's called.
World
Liberty Fi.
World
Liberty Fi is all through there, and all future ETFs and products will be going through that exchange first before going out anywhere else. So it was supposed to go public last year and this year, and they've all decided not to, because I've sort of said like the two exchanges that took the most losses during 1010 was crypto.com and Binance, because of the large amount of like basically stable coin and meme coin they had of the Trump ecosystem.
Nice.
So that's kind of where I think the 400 went, but to shore up that, but it makes sense to me. I don't know, but we'll find out. And this is where I play I'm not usually, I'm usually always right, even when I don't have all the information. But that's kind of so we're going to be going all with the chains, what we'd see, what the kind of money we can make. And there's definitely going to be money. 2 of these chains don't have tokens. When they have tokens, that means there's going to be an RH season. There's going to be a Base season. And I'm on Base. I'm already positioned. On RH, I think I'm kind of positioned. Kind of. Because it's starting, yeah. So we're going to be looking at, there's actually even a new project that launched on RH recently where you could trade stocks. I'm not even talking about Index. I'm talking about another one that's launched as well. Index does look pretty good as well on RH, but I digress. And then on August 13th, we'll be talking about the top DeFi chains, everything from Pulse Chain, Sonic, and many, many more DeFi native chains of like how to position yourself, whether to be in it or just know what's kind of going on. So, you know, Avalanche is getting a lot of play right now. Again, it was dead. Now it's starting to look not so dead. Shout out to Avalanche, man. I mean, like I'm saying, man, damn, I was almost there to counting Avalanche out, and then he just shovels his way out.
So far,
of course, yes.
It's got a little bit of ways to go, but yeah.
And we always do a mystery guess. This is always an industry insider, and we like to keep it a mystery because it's kind of fun.
So you're saying Richard Hart?
He does owe me a webinar.
You're goddamn right.
And then we talk about fast versus slow money. Fast money sounds good, can hurt. Slow money sounds boring, can feel great. So we're going to go into the details of that. A lot of that comes after talking about DeFi chains, talking about TradFi chains, because all of a sudden, you know, people are like, ooh, okay, this looks good. That looks good. Everything looks good. It's a smorgasbord at the bottom of this bear market, right? But you got to have a different strategy for each one and kind of what assets you're buying. Is this asset that you're buying going to be something that you're going to hold past this cycle? If the answer is maybe not, or probably not, then, you know, make a exit strategy this cycle. If it's something that, you know, is a meme coin, is going to be dead next month, but making some good money today, right? Like, do you trade it or do you hold this? Tough decision. Probably trade it, right? So I'm making it sound simple there, but there's a lot of nuance within all of that, and a lot of different strategies that we haven't had in crypto previous mindset courses that we will introduce here. And we'll have the final Ask Me Anything AMA for you guys to basically make sure that you got as much out of the course as possible. These are 15 live webinars. We have 5 pre-recorded as well. Actually, probably introducing more than 5, probably closer to like 8 or 10 pre-recorded videos from previous courses, including our tax webinar, including AI webinars, including previous trading webinars, previous fundamental webinars, all that jazz. We'll have flash webinars throughout the quarter, some of them with guests. We'll support you guys through September into October, so that we can help you if we see the 4-year cycle low around that point. And there's more. We have the crash out course as well, which we'll put the schedule out a little bit later, maybe end of this week, early next week. But the crash out course schedule will be 8 to 10 other webinars that we'll have within the month of August, on the second half of August, where we're going into granular detail and into much more advanced subjects. A lot of guys have asked us, hey, we want an advanced crypto mindset course. Well, get into the crash out course then. So that's what we got here for you guys for Q3. It's a lot. And usually a couple of these webinars, 2 or 3 of them, just by themselves are worth the price of the course alone. So it is what it is. Let's pull out here fully. That's what she said. No.
Some motherfuckers can't even pull out of a driveway. That's my favorite when a guy has like 10 baby mamas. He's like, that fucker couldn't pull out of a driveway.
But we digress. Let's see here. We got a lot of different directions we're going to go. We got some good news that we're going to look at here in a bit. But what's a Cultivate Crypto show without the memes? So press like, press subscribe, both on Dollar Cost Crypto here on YouTube, as well as like and follow on Cultivate Crypto on Rumble.
Let me share your Twitter too, Charlie, because bro, like there's fucking scammers trying to like pretend to be me and you right now.
Yeah, we see every time we do the crypto mindset course, there's always somebody trying to trip you guys up and say, hey, if you DM me this 1 Bitcoin, I'll send you 2 back.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
They pretend to be Charlie or me to basically sell you the course and stuff. And they're like, oh, that's definitely you guys. And then they're like, hey, I paid for the course. Why haven't I gone? What are you talking about? You haven't paid for the course.
Yeah.
And
it's brutal.
It's brutal, dude. Yeah.
don't end up like that.
So here's Charlie's Twitter right here, man. That's his official Twitter. Please follow the official manga release.
There you go. So into the memes, baby. So Imagine says, remember when we cried as kids? Our parents said, I'll give you something to cry about. We thought they were going to hit us, but instead they destroyed the housing market, quadrupled college tuition, and melted the ice caps. The more you know. And this will be included in the crypto mindset course, how to become a better trader. Pay Trump $100K a month. My God. Only insider trading.
You two can get this for only $5,000 if you get into the 5 years. You want to part of the meme coin alpha group? There you go, baby.
Damn.
Only insider trading. That's so great, though. Do you imagine they called it that? That'd be incredible.
Damn. And if you go on Google and you look up the Trader Hamoos, apparently they have business hours now. Brought to you by, I don't even know what you'd call Trump in this picture, but Saturday, Sunday, closed for war. Monday, 9:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. every weekday. There's got to be some special event to hear on Taco Tuesday. Maybe they go off for lunch. I don't know. But look it up on Google. I swear. I'm not joking. And some people in this market are a little tired of winning, sir.
We're going to win so much, you may even get tired of winning. And you'll say, please, please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore. Mr. President, it's too much. And I'll say, no, it isn't. We have to keep winning. We have to win more. We're going to win more. We're going to win so much, you may even get tired of winning. And you'll say, please, please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore.
This dude is like, he's checking out his stocks and he's like, but just had to throw one in there, you know. Red light therapy, they say.
Red light therapy. Yeah.
And this is people who think they can change Bitcoin versus Bitcoin. I mean, they'll move it a little bit. God damn, bro. That's definitely.
I could do it if I had my fucking steel toe boots. I could do it.
True.
I could do it. It's even that's still gonna hurt though. Fuck.
Yeah, just barely make a dent in it.
Doink.
And well, one Bitcoin is always one Bitcoin, so it's not going anywhere. You got to lock in. You got to get more, and this is how locked in.
Like a slow mo on the face for a minute.
Let's slow mo here.
Slow mo on the face a little bit, dude.
Maybe he dodged a bullet.
I think that might be a dude.
It's definitely a chick who has. Well, I don't know if it's definitely a chick, but it's definitely somebody who has a ton of lip filler. I'll say that.
The lip one is I never get why they did that to themselves. The ass one I know, but like
because it's like, what do you call it? They're looking at the image they want, not the image men want.
Yeah,
exactly.
They're female gazing.
Yeah, pretty much, and they don't realize what fits on their face, what doesn't. So they up the ante.
I do like the looks masters for saying this, but like because there's like male gaze versus the like it's, but and like you know being a gym cell and stuff, but damn, like it's so true about the girl one. Like they're female gazing basically, which they should be male gazing.
Mm-hmm.
But hey,
but women are more beautiful than men in general, so I mean, at least you got to give them that.
No, for sure. But it's like it becomes
more,
to their
more gay if guys do it.
Like it's almost a defense mechanism. It's like
gay.
Yeah, but it's a defense mechanism for other women because they're trying to take women out of the competition. There's even videos I've seen of girls like next to their best friend, and their best friend like fucks with their face or some shit on purpose.
Yeah, you always got to have one ugly friend to make yourself look better, right? And then that ugly friend, because she's hanging out with the good-looking friends, thinks she's good-looking.
Yeah.
The law of averages,
man. But anyways, we digress. And why do you got to be locked in? Well, this is also why you got to be locked in. Bitcoin versus the dollar. Which one will win? I don't know. Class, let me know. Tough question, I know. joke is on you. They're both going to zero. But when your old friend visits to see what you're up to these days, I got the whole studio built out for trading. Got all the charts.
You know that meme you showed me earlier?
What?
The $281 one?
I don't remember.
Oh, it was basically this meme where like it was like you have all this elite setup. Like you have this crazy, you know,
make $280.
Yeah, but all this for my $280 portfolio.
Yeah, I'll put that one on tomorrow.
Yeah,
you gotta save some memes. You know, I can't unload the meme chamber all at once. But what if I told you we're in a bull trap? A bull trap? Yes, a bull trap within a bear trap within a dip inside a bull market. Think about it.
It does make sense because we are in a bull market.
A raging bull market.
That's right.
Since 2009. But point of view, bro is losing $15 while you're losing 5,000. Let him know what's up.
I don't even think you really know what a bad day is. But you're gonna find out. I don't even think you really know what a bad day is. But you're gonna find out.
Russell Crowe's about to liquidate this kid for all his $15 or $30 left. And speaking of liquidating, you start getting flashbacks after turning $50 into $2,500. Then you got greedy, turned it into 10 cents. Not alluvium.
God damn it. Joey. God damn it. It's dead, Charlie. Let it die. Let it die.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
And just like trading, sometimes you have to reach lower lows before you get to hit the higher highs. You know.
Mind you, he just had a child.
Yeah, I saw like the ages of everybody from Scarface. And the guy who he ended up killing, who was the boss, he stole his wife.
Yeah.
That guy, I think he died at 85 years old.
Oh, wow. Okay, good
like
life.
10 years ago or something, or 11 years ago. And now Al Pacino is that same age. Or he's 1 year older than that, actually. So that's interesting. And then I think all the other main characters were about 15, 20 years younger than him.
Yeah.
So shout out Al.
Donetto. Or not Donetto. I forgot that. Like basically his best friend in the movie, Scarface's best friend in the movie. He's like the main cartel boss in Breaking Bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's the guy who's Fring's nemesis, basically, or the one who killed his gay lover.
Interesting. But I would say I don't wish this on him yet, but Al Pacino's getting up there. Whenever he does pass Frito, right? Or who's that?
I forgot what's the name.
Or is Frito the guy in The Godfather?
Manny Rivera. Manny Rivera.
What is his character name?
Manny Rivera.
In the Scarface.
Manny Rivera.
Oh, that was
yeah.
Okay. I haven't watched that movie in a while.
What does he play? I'm trying to remember the name of the guy he plays in he's Breaking Bad. Watch Breaking Bad. He plays. Yeah, he's the main cartel boss in Breaking Bad.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I haven't got. I watched I think the first season of Breaking Bad and then just kind of left it there. But anyways, yeah, the year Al Pacino passes on would be a bad one, but I bet you that year, like man, they might have. Everybody's just watching those movies again.
Yeah,
so good, man. Great actor.
He plays the devil in one movie too.
Yeah, with Keanu Reeves, right?
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I forgot the name of that one, but anyways, we digress. This is rich people meeting someone richer than them. I'll be richer than them one day. Has no style. All sorts of things, right? Versus crypto people meeting someone who lost more than them. Hey, bro, how's it going? You lost 10 Bitcoin too? Well, let's make it the fuck back. We're going to battle the fuck back. You can't tell us it's our bedtime. That's the difference. The world right now is, I would say this is constantly the case since COVID, basically. So crypto guys, we're out here betting in the crypto mindset course. And even Pepe's price goes through the same cycle of it's so over and we're so back, we're so back, and then it's over and then it's so over and then we're back again. So Pepe is the gift that keeps on giving. And speaking of gifts that keep on giving, this is Crypto Bros next month in August in the crypto mindset course. Sheesh. Nothing but diamonds, baby. Nothing but net. Let's go. And we're almost at the top of this mountain. We're about 80% of the way there.
Mm-hmm.
Have you started your journey of the crypto winter accumulation? If you have not,
because the ice age is almost over.
Don't miss before it warms up. I mean, most of you guys have already gone past this monster of 5 straight months in a row of red from Bitcoin, but a lot of you guys coming back, hey, the market's starting to look good again. And do something about it. Join the Q3 Crypto Mindset course. Did I mention the Crypto Mindset course may be available? But this is also what we do. We're stacking sats and chilling, one block at a time, baby. One brick by brick. And last but not least, those red candles be looking juicy right now, but they're elusive. They haven't been around for the last couple of weeks. I don't know why, but get them while you can because not much time left. So let's take a look at what the Fear Greed Index is telling us today. Ooh, we're up above 30 for the first time in a while. So I'm not going to say this is exactly what's going to happen, but this is usually what happens here when we get back above 30. We either get rejected now or we go up to 50 or close to 50, which is basically neutral. No fear, no greed, right? People start getting a little greedy and buy tops at those areas in a bear market. So that actually lines up with when we talked about Bitcoin on the daily price. If it goes up $1,000, right, we go up to that 50, and right now we're at 30. If we get rejected here, which seems a lot less likely, then then we go back down below 20 or just oscillate between 20 to 30 for a while. So looking pretty good here. Looking like we're probably going to go toward that 50. Last cycle, let's go the last 1 year. So in February and April, we said, hey, we're touching that 10 a little too frequently. Every time we touch that 10 or below, it's a good time to buy. We got this in November 20th. We got it in February. We got it in March. We got it here at the beginning of June. And now we touched it barely at the very end of June. Those were all amazing times to buy. Did you take advantage? I hope so. But the last Crypto Mindset course, we were down here at 11. When we started webinars, we went all the way up to that 50, baby, during that time. Now we're starting here around 30, right? Do we go higher than 50? If we break above 70,000, 72,000, it starts getting a little greedy. That would be interesting. So be ready. Be in the Crypto Mindset course. You'll be just fine. Now, let's go to the last bits of news here. One of them was what Miguel was mentioning earlier about Telegram. He said this earlier, right? Telegram will launch a native non-custodial Gram wallet for all users this summer. So if you are in the Crypto Mindset course, right, the chat is on Telegram and you have a Telegram username. If you don't, make one now and then get in the course. You'll be right in there. And if you have a Telegram, like every Crypto Mindset alumni does, you will automatically get a Gram wallet. Nice. So Pavel Durov said the rollout will bring instant zero-fee crypto transactions to Telegram's more than 1 billion users. Now, I bet you Tone didn't do shit in price movement, but let's find out. Where are we going here? Let's go Bitfinex. Nope. I mean, it's trying to come up, but this is the weekly chart here for Tone. And wow, okay. I mean, Tone hit that bottom one more time, then had a big increase here in May. And that was given basically all that back is going to find support. I mean, I wonder who pushed that up. Right? Probably the whales. And so we're at the same level of support now. Higher. Do they defend this area here is the question. So yeah, I would say if this crosses right now, it's $1.54. If it crosses about $1.65, $1.70, they probably will decide to defend this area. So if you get a big green candle like that, it went from 130 to 250. It goes up more than $1 in a week. Maybe a good time to take some profits, right? But Telegram getting bullish here. I like to see it. And then Robinhood as well has basically said their long-term playbook here, which is Vlad, the CEO, says Robinhood chain exists to make real-world assets programmable, globally portable, and always available 24/7, 365 with the product quality you've come to expect from Robinhood. So they love the memes because that's what started Robinhood chain here, but they also love the real-world assets that are programmable and always available to you wherever you are. So they're going to beat a lot of banks at that game. Speaking of which, Grayscale, gotta shake my head on this one. Who paid who for this ETF? It's the WorldCoin ETF is now being applied for. So we have Hype, Solana, Bitcoin, Ethereum, the mains. I mean, we can go over here and literally see all of the spot ETFs. Ripple, Doge, BNB, Link, Litecoin, AVAX, right? Now WorldCoin. Who's paying who? Who's paying who? What do you think? Is Sam Altman? Is Grayscale and Barry Silbert currying favor to Sam Altman?
I mean, probably they just want an IPO position.
Yeah.
I mean,
you're
comes out next year.
Gary Shilbert, or no, not
Barry
Gary.
Shilbert.
Barry. Yeah.
Barry Shilbert.
Very.
Yeah. I mean, they want positions and shit. I mean, basically, they're also like kind of nichey in a way. We're like, hey, we have all the most exotic ETFs on here because they kind of lost their moat from back in the day. It was kind of they were like the first ones you could really buy Bitcoin on the stock market, and through roundabout ways now, like there's all these spot ETFs now, so they're just coming out with like more stuff ahead of the curve, basically.
Yeah, they're one of the first movers usually. So.
Yeah. They have to be too.
Yeah.
To keep position
Yeah.
or keep whatever position they have, I should say.
I don't recommend getting into this, but I do think WorldCoin made a move actually, based on that. Let's double check. Oh, interesting. I wonder if. Oh no, yeah, there we go. Nothing much, basically. But man, this one's come back so far. Let's see what percentage is that. I mean, if it's tradable, yeah, sure, but yeah, it went 98% down. Could its bear market low be in here in May? Maybe. Maybe. So interesting. But what price is it now? 38 cents. Let's say the low is in. All right. Let's give WorldCoin.
What was its high?
$1.12.
Okay.
Now, if it were to make a move and be, surviving and thriving, it should come up at least to $4.60. It's at 38 cents right now. That's not terrible, but how many weeks does it take to do that?
Right.
Like it takes like maybe a year and a half, maybe two.
Maybe two, yeah.
So yeah, it has. I guess you could say, hey, there's some upside. There's some significant upside to this. They're getting an ETF. Sam Altman's not going anywhere. Probably this coin's not going anywhere. They're going to convince some normies to get their retina scans and their biometric IDs. So I guess you're betting on normie stupidity with this coin.
Yes,
essentially. So
retina scan for a hot dog.
Yeah,
$5,
which they did do. Bro.
I know
they actually did that.
He's like,
and people did it.
Give me your eyes for a glizzy.
They had people wrapped around the corner of some park or some area lining up to do that shit. I'm like,
stupids.
All right, I guess I got to bet on human stupidity. All right, let's go. But that's essentially what the fundamentals to WorldCoin are there. But yes, the IPO or not ETF, my bad, it's coming around. A little bit of news here on Morpho. They are launching their fixed rate lending protocol called Midnight, taking that away from Cardano.
Man, that seems to be the motion now. Just jack everyone's fucking name. What you gonna do about it, punk?
Who's gonna win? Whoever's
no.
brand gets known the most, right? And they're launching it on Base to expand on-chain credit markets. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah. It's basically for all there's actually gonna be equities on there. So it's basically so you can borrow money on your portfolio, basically.
I wouldn't recommend to do it.
No, I wouldn't, but you know.
But I'll bet on the coin that recommends other people to do it. they're definitely going to make money on that. This is a little bit of a bullish sign. You know how we say basically if you have more stable coins in the market, some of those stable coins will be used to buy Bitcoin and Ethereum, then prices go up. Same thing here. If you have a defunct exchange like Mt. Gox or FTX, or basically a payout that happens to a bunch of crypto bros who got wrecked somewhere and they get paid out again, some of that money will find its way back into crypto. They're like, well, I finally got some more money back from that bullshit in 2021. Cool. Bitcoin's pretty low here. All right, let's run it back. So there will be some people who will never come into crypto again from that, but then there's some people who will. And so this is happening on July 31st. The fifth distribution. I don't know how many there are in total. I wonder if this says it all.
Packed from the 33 chambers.
But yeah, not 100% sure. But I guess they're on Bitco, Kraken, and Payoneer. Just fucking retarded name. But yeah, so money coming around at the end of the month. Also happens to be, depending on if we break out or not, if we break down, that's the end of a 60-day cycle. Helps to support lows. If it comes in there and we have broken out, that's a midpoint of a 60-day cycle that can hold us up and then push us up even further.
Right.
So it's a good little thing. But I mean, $900 million, probably 200 of that maybe comes back into crypto. So that's like a good day on the BlackRock ETF. So not a huge shift, but it does make some impact.
It helps. It helps. Yeah.
Now, this is funny. I put basically both MicroStrategy and BitMine right next to each other just to see a difference here. MicroStrategy sells $263.5 million in their MSTR MicroStrategy shares and buys no Bitcoin, zero Bitcoin, as USD reserves top 3.2 billion. Bullish signal for me because MicroStrategy is usually buying higher prices. So the fact that we're lower and they're not buying probably means it's a good price to buy. Just do the opposite world of Michael Saylor's strategy. Not the opposite world, but when he's kind of run out of cash to buy Bitcoin and he's drumming up more, probably a good time to dollar cost average in. Versus our friends at BitMine, they have bought how much more? I forget. I can't. What? So they reached 5.78 million tokens, but that's 4.8% of total ETH supply. 96% of their goal to 5%. So they're continuing to buy, but smaller buys versus Michael Saylor's selling. So is what it is. But if you would like to learn more about all these things and what they mean and the strategy behind what we're looking at on a fundamental basis here on a daily basis, come over to the Crypto Mindset course, jump into the Crash Out course as well, and have a good time. Also, come over here to How to Cultivate Crypto and Cultivate Crypto on Rumble. Cultivate Crypto is the channel. How to Cultivate Crypto is the user that controls that channel. Follow both of them. Let's get this to 500 followers to How to Cultivate Crypto, and let's get this to 200 for Cultivate Crypto. Smash like, smash follow. Also on YouTube, follow and subscribe to Dollar Cost Crypto and press like on this video as well. Last thing here is we are live in Inception here on the Cultivate Crypto website. Go to cultivatecrypto.com/livestream and you can watch all of our streams here. But the more important thing is, instead of just watching it here, subscribe so that you do get a notification. Here you just put in your name and email. You get a notification every time that either Miguel or I go live. We'll be going live here as well. And so that will give you the best notification. Like YouTube sometimes doesn't give you notifications. Sometimes you miss a tweet, right? Any of that type of thing. Sometimes Rumble doesn't email you either, right? If that doesn't happen, we always will if you are subscribed to cultivatecrypto.com on the live stream. We do recommend that you watch us on Rumble and YouTube instead of here, simply because that does help push us out in the algo, helps push us out to more of a bigger audience. But we are unruggable. We want you guys to be able to view us no matter how social media treats crypto in the future. And so we wanted to give you guys that. So I'll throw those in the chat right now. And yeah, man, it's kind of the lay of the land of where we're at today. But I don't know. Any thoughts in general of all this, and then Clarity Act's just a fuck it, it's not going to pass,
and then boom, and then boom, right?
And then nothing happens. No.
Yeah, I mean, I do like the little relative strength we've been having on Ethereum lately, which has been nice.
Yeah, very nice.
It's at $1,900. That's not too shabby. Let me see what else is here. I mean, Solana's just been stuck at kind of the 70s.
What price is it now?
It's like 77, I believe. If my page would load.
Yeah, above 84, and Solana gets bullish below 72, and it gets bearish essentially.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's right in that purgatory. So I think if we see Bitcoin break above 67, then we'll probably see Solana try to break above 84. So if Solana's you said 77?
77.
So if let's say Bitcoin breaks out and Solana 78, it's about $6, which is an 8% move to get to 84. So Bitcoin will drag it up. And if Bitcoin gets above its 20-week moving average, going into August, that would be about 70,000 and some change. Then you probably see Solana back towards $90. And that could be early August, maybe takes a little longer. But yeah, we could see some bullish Solana here, and it'll be basically dependent on what Bitcoin does. I think when we were on Jack's stream yesterday, shout out to Jack for having us on. We appreciate that. Also shout out to Paul and from the Come On Man podcast. And we were just live on there earlier today. Go watch that episode. You can type in which platform is he on, Rumble and
YouTube as well. It's on my Twitter. It's on my Twitter.
You didn't get rugged from YouTube.
No.
Okay, gotcha. So yeah, the Come On Man podcast on Rumble and YouTube. It's on Miguel's Twitter. You can go to find the links there and go watch that. We talked with Paul earlier today. It was a very good conversation. He's knowledgeable on crypto to the extent of knowing that it's a place that he can hold money long term and trust that the market will do the work. So we always appreciate people who are on their early journey of being red pilled in terms of finance. And we're looking to bring his audience and others along the way here. So if I haven't mentioned it already, I think the Crypto Mindset course is available.
No, this is the first time I've heard of it.
Really? Well, let me go through the schedule again. But we'll be back here tomorrow on your channel, on Dollar Cost Crypto on YouTube as well as on Rumble. So that'll be a good time. Make some comments, replay game. We want to hear what you guys think on any platform, and any idea what the subject will be, or besides bullish? No.
Well, usually I do wait until maybe the nighttime or in the morning to kind of figure out the title and stuff for tomorrow. But but pretty much it's going to be about kind of the plays going on a little bit on the RH ecosystem, because some things are changing. It's starting to cool off a little bit right now, and just kind of going over the overall market. One thing that I'll probably talk about tomorrow is kind of like there's been a lot of relative strength on Monero actually.
Ooh.
Yeah, Monero's been getting a little bit as well, and that's about right, because it's been lagging behind Zcash for a while now, but it's starting to catch a bit of a bid right now.
Nice.
Monero. So shout out to Monero, man. This is good.
I love it. So yeah, the time is now. Get in. We'll have more content for you guys there in the course. We will also have more content here all the way through the 28th. So that's a week from today. A week from today, we'll be closing this shit. So get in while the getting's good. But we will see you guys tomorrow on Dollar Cost Crypto on all platforms. Until then, guys, peace, live long and prosper. Catch you all again soon. Later.
You buy this for $39.99. Guess what, folks? You take the L away. You put a W there, baby. You're a winner, man. You're the real deal. You're picking up chicks. Let me tell you something. You buy this set at $39.99, baby. You're the cock of the walk, man. You walk into the bar and you just find the hottest chick and you go, you, me, Guess what? She says, why would I go out with you? Because I bought the deal on Wild West Deals for $39.99. That's why. She says, can I go home with you? That's how simple it is. That's how it works. That's what this set brings to the table. Because you know what she sees? She sees a man who knows what he wants. She sees a man who says, good deals don't get by me, baby. I move. I act quick. I act now. I go to wildwestdeals.com. Boom. That's why you're hanging with chicks all night long. That's why you got guys like Michael Jordan calling you, wanting to hang out with you, baby. Because you bought it for $39.99.